there's been so much good fallout. I mean, you call the episode today, what is it called? Glinnergate, but it's kind of more like Glinnaissance. Like, there's so much positive news. There's so much wellspring of solidarity and support with you. Tatchell is finally, it looks like he's finally getting the laser-focused attention on his history of pedophilia that he deserves. And I want to take a second.
We should say pedophilia advocacy.
Pedophilia advocacy, that's right. I don't know one way or the other what Peter Tatchell's personal sexual attractions are, and I'm not interested one way or the other what the hell's going on in his mind. I'm interested in actions and behaviors. I don't think he's ever been accused of sexual abuse of children, but his actions in terms of advocating for legalizing it and making it normalized are widespread. And that's really important that we talk about this, because a lot of people are giving it a pass because there's this kind of secret, unspoken acknowledgement among liberals of a certain age that it was a kind of a common thing that the left slipped into from the 80s and the 90s. That's why there were more than just Peter Tatchell. There were a lot of very outspoken members of the Liberal Democrat Party and stuff like that who were kind of into this because they thought this was kind of like a really avant-garde, really edgy way of being progressive. That, like, you're so not homophobic, you're so not against sexual taboos, you're so, like, you've gone beyond sort of the idea of being disgusted with any kind of sex, that you can even see it as being okay for children. That it's just this perfectly healthy thing that no one should have any issues about. Was an attitude that was really prevalent for a long time. And, you know, I've been outspoken from the very beginning of coming online that is a shameful thing that we have to address. All the other people who are out speaking like this have ended up getting pushed out of politics. And Peter Tatchell stuck in by his fingers. And, you know, I've been outspoken from the very beginning of coming online that is a shameful thing that we have to address. It's a shameful thing that we have to address.
Even more recently, this time on the 15th of November, 2021, Arty referred to noted paedophile apologist James Cantor as my academic friend, in response to someone pointing out that he wants LGBT people to fight for pedophilia.
And, you know, I've been outspoken from the very beginning of coming online that...
What I'm talking about is that this organization is viewed as some kind of credible body, and yet they are affiliated with virtuous pedophile supporters. I would think that would give people pause, for the love of Christ.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
It's been a brilliant year.
It has.
It has. Yeah.
But I believe it has given some people pause, certainly given the people at Genspect pause. But I believe that it should give people pause. And the other thing they should be concerned about is the fact that Bailey seeks to destigmatize the desire to rape children. Blanchard seeks to destigmatize the desire to rape children. And one of the things that can lead to the mental illness of gender dysphoria is child sexual abuse. So isn't there a bit of conflict of interest there if they are supposed to be helping families whose children have a syndrome that can be caused by sexual abuse? Wouldn't it militate against their stated purpose to platform people who seek to destigmatize the very thing that could have driven some of these children into gender dysphoria?
Okay. We have got two important stories today. The second one is Ray Blanchard, who we'll be speaking to. Ray, hello. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
Hello, Ray.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Marty. Arty, I'm Marty.
Fellow Torontonian, it's great to meet you. Can we call you Ray or Dr. Blanchard, or how do you like to be addressed?
Does anyone else have a problem with this? Does anybody at Genspect have a problem with this? Would any of the parents at Genspect have a problem with this? If so, go ahead and email whoever it is over there, because I don't know who the hell it could be.
Do you know anyone here?
Not a soul.
Why do you think Ziegler invites us to these things every year?
This is what you get for making house calls.
Can we call you Ray or Dr. Blanchard?
Genspect is associated and or affiliated with Blanchard and Bailey, who are listed as supporters on the Virtuous Pedophile website.
Oh, the good doctor.
Thus, members of Genspect are associated or affiliated with pedo supporters. Don't like it? Break the association. What can I tell you?
Oh, the good doctor.
Mr. Village.
Was your outfit a success?
Yes, it was. Thank you.
Good, good. Tuxedo, cloak, shoes. I think you forgot the mask.
It's not there?
No, no, no. Maybe you left it at the party.
I don't think so. I must have lost it. Could you just put it on the bill, please?
Sure. Here we are. That was 150 for the rental, 200 you said for my trouble, 25 for the masks. That's 5. 375. Yes, dear? Come, come. Would you like to say hello to Dr. Harford?
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you, Mr. Milich. I'll call you soon. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, gentlemen. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
And you too?
Well, Dr. Harford, here is your receipt. I'm tearing up your deposits. And thanks for the business.
Mr. Milich. Last night, you were going to call the police.
Well, things change. We have come to another arrangement. And by the way, if the good doctor himself should ever want anything again, anything at all, it needn't be a costume.
How do we know it was really like Genspect? This is Genspect, a voice for parents with gender-questioning kids. The most important thing, I reiterate, is that it was sent at all. One of the reasons these individuals engage in these practices, specifically intimidating me into silence or threatening to yank my platform.
If you make any further inquiries, or if you say a single word to anyone about what you have seen, there will be the most dire consequences for you and your family.
Is because they don't think there will be any pushback. They believe that they can operate with impunity. That's why Ray Blanchard and Michael Bailey are listed on the Virtuous Pedophile website. They are publicly supporting pedophiles and yet affiliated with an organization that is supposed to support families. Why? Because they don't think anyone's going to look, or if they do look, they won't say anything. Or if they do say anything, these individuals who are on the side of the pedo supporters will be able to effectively discredit or silence me. And bear in mind, they're not just trying to silence me. They're trying to silence you, not as a collective, but also as individuals. They are trying to silence every single one of you. They are trying to control what you allow yourself to think, what you allow yourself to say, and what you allow yourself to do. And they believe that they will be successful. Angus Fox believes that he can rally enough parents to come over here and get my channel taken down. Now, why would he believe that?
Good. But I mean, is this your debutante?
Yeah, I guess Angus Fox, but
Probably because he saw it happen just a couple of days ago or a couple weeks ago when Exelanzic's channel got yanked. And Vanessa Voki's channel also got taken down. It was restored, but people do stuff like this because it works. Subject, Angus Fox, and the request to report a content creator. So, for you skeptics,
no matter what else Elon is doing to Twitter, the ability for us, like I think it was midweek, I woke up because the puppy had woke me up at 5:15. And I logged onto Twitter because I was just sitting there trying to get puppy back to sleep. And I couldn't get on. And I thought, oh my God, this is taking me back to the days when the first thing in the morning I'd look at my account and think, oh, is it still there? Is it still there?
Yeah,
and I'd forgotten that constant sort of almost back of your mind panic thinking, is this the day I'm going to be silenced again? So I think that has helped enormously.
The member of the Your Kiddin' Right community sent the email, and this is Genspect's response. It says, hello. Apologies for the delay in responding to your email. We deal with many distressed parents in need of help and unfortunately have to prioritize their needs. That's weird. Unfortunately, we have to prioritize their needs. Isn't that what you're there for, man? But yeah, no, it's not unfortunate that you're prioritizing the needs of the population that you are supposed to be serving. Alrighty, misinformation about us was put out via a YouTube channel seeking to do reputational damage. We sought to correct that via normal means by reporting the misinformation. I don't know what misinformation they're talking about because I haven't put any out. So let's just recap what I have said about Genspect. One thing that I've said over and over again is that Genspect is affiliated with Ray Blanchard and Michael Bailey, who are listed on the Virtuous Pedophile site as supporters. This is true. Ray Blanchard and Michael Bailey have been interviewed on the Genspect podcast, Gender, A Wider Lens. That is an affiliation. Does it mean they support Blanchard and Bailey's support of pedophiles? Not necessarily, but I would imagine that since that affiliation or that affiliation has another facet, Sasha Ayad and Stella O'Malley must at least know about Blanchard and Bailey's support of any kind of pedophile. What do I mean that that affiliation has another branch? Sasha Ayad and Stella O'Malley were part of an organization called the GD Working Group. So was Ray Blanchard, Michael Bailey, and James Cantor. That is Googleable. If you Google GD Working Group, you will be able to find Stella O'Malley, Sasha Ayad, Ray Blanchard, Michael Bailey, and James Cantor. James Cantor has been very public about his support of pedophiles and of his intention of including pedophilia as a sexual orientation on par with homosexuality or heterosexuality. James Cantor has also stated on Twitter, on a public forum, that he does not believe that all instances of sexual contact between adults and children is harmful to the child. Now, he is also a member of an organization called Prostasia, which seeks to it's a grooming organization and also a pro-pedophile and pro-pedophilia organization. So Cantor is even more pro-pedo, at least more publicly pro-pedo, than Blanchard and Bailey. But all three of these individuals are associated and or affiliated with the founders of Genspect. And my question is, since Genspect is an organization that is supposed to support families of emotionally disturbed children, why would they be affiliated or associated with these individuals in any way, particularly since sexual abuse can be a driver of gender dysphoria? Now, that's not misinformation. Stella O'Malley and Sasha Ayad have been professionally associated with Bailey, Blanchard, and Cantor, who are listed on the Virtuous Pedophile website as supporters. I would like to know what is the stance of anybody from Genspect regarding the presence of Bailey, Blanchard, and Cantor on the Virtuous Pedophile website. Why not just answer the question? It would be very easy to do.
It's been a brilliant year.
It has. And you know, I've been outspoken from the very beginning. Coming online
of the book that he then says that he didn't know he was writing it. Chapter 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't approve of much of what Phil Ilya said on Twitter after the event. I was recommended his book, and I was recommended his book by 3 people who I couldn't be closer to professionally.
Really, Stella? 3 people? What an interesting number of people to have recommended this revolting book. Did the names of those 3 people happen to include
Bailey, Blanchard, and Cantor, who are listed on the Virtuous Pedophile website?
Who I really rate, and they recommended. Will I ever take the recommendations again? No. But I took their recommendations. Sometimes there's a chain of trust, and you trust that this is a strong recommendation. Within that book, there's something about medical transition of children, so we shouldn't have taken it.
And age play, Stella. You're also forgetting that there was a section about age play.
One thing we've learned is we'll tighten up our policies around anybody recommending anything. Somebody actually emailed us a book today, and she said...
Or maybe you could just tell us the names of your 3 very close colleagues who recommended this book so that we also can ignore their recommendations in the future. Otherwise, it seems like you're protecting them at the same time as trying to get credit for pointing out that they had, at best, a severe lapse in judgment. But that probably was not the case, because probably these people included
Bailey, Blanchard, and Cantor, who are listed on the Virtuous Pedophile website.
Said, it's about gender. Could you put it on your website? And we said, wait, we need a team of people to read that book.
Stella, that is very funny. What a wacky situation you found yourself in.
God bless that poor woman.
Oh, I've got a better idea. You want to fuck me? Just say so. Go ahead, here. Huh? Go ahead, fuck me. Fuck me right here in the best bag.
Like pretending that just pretending he wasn't part of that movement. But he was central to that movement. And we have to acknowledge that. Like, he really, really did believe that it was okay in some circumstances for adults to have sex with children. He really did move in circles of people who did that. When he lies and says that he never advocated that, he uses the sneakiest wording.